Hi everyone and welcome to a Craft and Desert Divas new release highlight, this time featuring the cactus die. When you first receive your dies, they're going to be connected by these small metal tabs. You can either lead these together, snip them apart with your wire snips like I'm doing here, or bend them back and forth until they separate on their own. Here's a closer look at both dies you get in this set, and you can see the cactus does have stitching detail on it. To use these dies, they work in any machine that does accept wafer thin dies. I'm going to be using my Big Kick today, so I'll use this sandwich for wafer thin dies, which is my multi-purpose platform, both tabs down, a cutting plate, my paper, the dies with the cutting side facing down, a cutting plate on top of that, and then I run it through my die cutting machine. Now whenever these come out of your die cutting machine, you can see you have a nice flower die here with 3 little holes in it for some nice detail. But with your cactus die, you can also run it back through your machine, but like an embossing folder, so you're going to get some really well embossed lines on that cactus. So what I've done now is I've taken that first tab away, so I only have tab 1 down, and then I went ahead and put a cutting plate down, about 5 pieces of felt here. I still have that die cut in the die itself. I put that with the cutting side facing the felt, a cutting plate on top, and then I ran that through my die cutting machine a few times. Now this step is optional, but you can see from the photo the nice embossed lines you get when you do take this extra step. Now these dies also have holes on the back of them to help you release your die cuts. And here's a nice close-up of just taking out that cactus die, the embossed lines you get, and also that stitching detail you get on the cactus as well, which does match all of the other stitching in the Craft and Desert Divas dies that are in their shop. So moving on to measurements of these dies. This cactus is 1 inch wide by 1 1/8 inch tall. So it's a very good sized die cut here. Now the flower itself measures 3/8 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch, which is the perfect size to add a little accent flower to your cactus die cut. Here's a closer look at those die cuts as well as the measurements for some reference. So like I just said, this little flower is the perfect accent to add to your cactus die cut. So I'm using some glossy accents here in my Quick Sticks tool, and I'm just going to place that flower right on the right hand side of that cactus. Now you can use any liquid glue that you want. This is just my favorite to use. And you can place this little flower anywhere you want to on the cactus. So here I'm zooming you in, and I'm going to place this actually on the left hand side of the cactus die cut, so you can get many different looks just by switching up the placement of that flower. Not only can you switch up the placement of the flowers, you can also switch up the color to fit your card making style. Here's a nice close-up of both of those cactuses. The one on the left doesn't have the embossing detail, and the flower is placed on the left-hand side. The cactus on the right does have that embossing detail, and I went ahead and just placed that flower on the right-hand side. Now the design team has been very busy with this new die set, so here are a few projects to help get you inspired. This die set is available in the Craft and Desert Divas shop. That link will be in the description box below. Thanks for watching.